Sweet and Peachy.
Hello and welcome to this week's Sweet and Peachy with me, Lizzie.
And me, Lee, from Lee the Sweet Life and Foodie Book Club.
Got it right.
I know.
This week we are talking about the differences in relationships from when you first get together and then when you've been together a long time, whether you're married or just in a long-term relationship.
And let's face it, we've both got enough experience with that, haven't we? We've just, and the last one about how many times we've been married, people will be going, oh,
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, so we did have a little chat about this as well, and we've got some really good stories to share. So this is going to be really good. And I believe that you have made some very attractive prop cards.
I have. And I'm reluctant to show you the first one because
I love you.
What does that say?
So that says one cloths.
It is. And what is it supposed to say?
Clothes. There's a magic E.
You know what? I did it like 2 minutes before. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Actually, I'm just rubbish at spelling. But anyway, yeah. So
ironic because you're a writer. That's my job, though. Right. So, clothes.
Yeah. Okay, clothes. What you wear, like things like when you're lounging around the house, or lounging around the house. You know, when you first meet up and you first have a date in someone's house, right? Or you stay over. You remember those days, right?
Yeah.
And you have. I mean, what did you used to wear? What was this like? What was this like?
And I have to be honest, actually, this time round, I was a mess from the start, mostly because just after Josh and I got together, I had like major spinal surgery.
Oh,
so I was wearing pants up to my nipples because obviously I have my big like wound on my back. I couldn't wear tight trousers or anything, so I just looked like a tramp all the time. I was high on morphine for the first like 2 months of our relationship.
So you were high those 2 months. You were high as a kite.
Literally. But he was amazing, bless him. He was so good, and he just like didn't judge. And at that point, I was like, "Oh, you're a keeper." But previously, it has been very much like always the matching underwear, always like the nice clothes, like the figure hugging, you know, and then less so later on. But yeah, Josh got cheated out of that bit.
Bless him. Does he ever go, oh, wear this, or do you just go, nah, you know?
Do you know what? He doesn't care. He literally, I'm a fan of big pants. I love to be comfy. And he's like, do you know what? They all end up on the floor anyway.
Yeah, I do love a big pant. What is it? Again, it's this whole thing about, you know, women. I mean, again, we're all generalising, aren't we? But I mean, I like a little pant, but as I get older, right, they tend to disappear more.
I just don't like them.
Yeah. But I like big comfy pants. I like, you know, big comfy pants. I think.
Oh, I wear nana pants. Like literally, the big. Buy them in a 5-pack from Tesco, kind of. Cotton.
Aldi, please. But you know what? Now, I mean, again, Mr. G's probably missed out on all that because you know, as you go through the marriages and everything, you tend to be. Well, I sort of became more like, oh, you know, love me as I am or not, that sort of thing. But which is why, like you with Josh, which is why I think, oh, I know he loves me. But I would rather, if somebody says to me, do you want to go out? And I go, oh, that means I need to, I need to put proper clothes on rather than what I'm wearing now. I mean, we all know that we've got, here's quite a nice shirt. All right, down there, you've seen what happens down there. It's all joggers, you know, and that's what I'm like in the house, you know, no makeup. If I have a shower, you know what I mean? Just that sort of
thing. My hair scraped right back, probably a top knot.
Yeah.
I've probably got a bit of like leftover mascara down here somewhere.
Love it. Yeah.
And I like, because I get really bad eczema as well. So when I have my shower, I put loads of steroid creams and stuff on, so I smell disgusting. And I'm always like, just have a shower, don't cuddle me. And he's like, I don't care. He's a good one.
Do you still have a date night?
We try to. Obviously, we have 4 children between us.
I was going to say, your children are little, you know, little.
Yeah. So they range from 4 to 11. So that can be quite tricky, especially if the 11-year-old goes to bed at the same time as we do because we are old. So we'll try to kind of, Josh cooks amazing steak, so we'll have nice meals.
I've seen those steaks, I swear. Oh my God.
If it's not still mooing, I don't want it. But he gets to the butchers, and I've got a friend who has a farm, so we buy beef from there. And he is very good at cooking, and I enjoy cooking as well, so we tend to take it in turns. I can't be in the kitchen with him because he stresses me out. He stands in the way of everything. Because I'm organised, I'm methodical, I know what I'm going to do next, and he's just a bit all over the place. But it all comes together, and he achieves this amazing meal. But he also uses every pan in the house, like to make steak and chips. I'm just like, I love you dearly, but what are you doing?
Yeah, I was going to say this. That's actually like a stereotype of blokes cooking, isn't it? They use everything, but actually, I think they really do use everything. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll use like 3 pans, 2 frying pans. He'll use trays in the oven, like every utensil to make. It was very nice, like I say, like steak, chips, because he'll do homemade like baked wedges, and he might do some kind of pan-fried mushrooms and tomatoes and stuff like that. So it's lovely, but I don't know why every pan is cooking.
So that's your date night then, right? So your date night now is at home. But did you before like I know you got together with the operation, so that probably didn't apply, but other relationships, date nights were out. Interesting, let's take them to interesting places that I love, or here's one. I can remember having a relationship, and I wanted to take him to interesting places that I thought I should be going to, like, do you know what I mean?
Like an art gallery.
Yeah, art galleries, which I like a bit of an art gallery, but I go, oh, done that now. But this guy was, oh God, he was so boring. And he was look at a picture and do that whole, oh look, and you can see the brush strokes, and I thought, but for some reason I thought that was, but no more, No,
I mean,
just a year on television, and that's it,
Yeah, I mean, we've had it's more date days than anything. So on days that we don't have the children prior to lockdown, we'll make an effort to go for Sunday dinner, or just go for a walk, or just do something nice like that. And we spend a lot of time with his family as well, which is really nice. So we'll go for like a barbecue around at his mum's house and pop round for a cup of tea with his dad and stuff. But we've done things like go to the local beer and sausage festival, which obviously is right up my street. But it is as well, because we both love beer, we both love sausages. Loads of friends were there. It was local, and it was just really nice. We like really good food, but we're not really kind of the kind of people that go to a real gourmet restaurant, because I'd rather sit and enjoy and feel comfortable to undo the top button of my jeans kind of thing.
You like to know where your foods come from. You like to know where it's sourced and things like that.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of local pubs that we go to that are really nice. So that's more our way.
The last question is, right, I always think that you can tell when you've transitioned into that relationship comfort is when you don't iron your pajamas.
Who irons their pajamas anyway?
Exactly.
All their bedding. Talking. We're good at this. Talking.
Yeah. We are. So yeah, I think that talking changes, right? Because as you get on in your relationship, you know everything about each other, right? And there's something about trying to impress, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, but we try and show somebody all the good qualities when you're first dating and all that sort of thing, to sort of sitting on the settee going, what channel do you want? And I like that. I like the whole, what channel do you want? But yeah, it is. That transition. So from going to, I was reading this wonderful book in such and such and such, to, when I was at work today, somebody took my handbag type thing. The different levels of conversation, you know what I mean? And I think that happens.
And I don't think it takes long for that to happen either. Because like especially if you spend a lot of time together, you very quickly get to know everything. Like I say, I was off work for a long time, so I was always around. And then it would just literally, I think we are kind of the same person, but male and female. It's very weird. We'll often say exactly the same thing at the same time. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of other people, but we don't really have to say a full sentence to know what the other person is thinking or wants, or we'll instinctively know. So like, I'll always know if it's...
Is it the sitting in silence that's comfortable that feels like a change? Because I know that with me, in fact, Mr. G and I were coming back from somewhere at the weekend, from a horrible shop, do you know when it's so busy with the and literally we both got in the car and just went, and it wasn't until I got home and I said, do you know what, we haven't said a word to each other all the journey. If anybody saw us, they'd think we're really angry at each other because we're just sitting there looking at the window, but it wasn't. It was just like, it was nice.
No, I think it's comfortable silence, isn't it? It's, you know, you don't have to fill that void because there isn't a void to be felt. So no, I'm terrible for it. We'll sit and watch TV and I'll suddenly remember something like this burning, pressing thing that I've got to tell Josh. And he's like, I'm trying to watch this. I'm sorry. And then he'll do it too. Like I'll be sat watching Come Down With Me usually, and he'll want to tell me about, you know, he's seen an RAF print on a website that he wants to order and it's been signed by all these people who I have no idea who they are. And I was just like, oh, it's amazing. Tell me everything. Whereas now I'm like, babe, later.
Prioritize, things get more comfortable and things like that. Yeah. And also I think when you've got children, when you first get in a relationship without kids, it's a different conversation than when you have kids, because a lot of my conversations when the kids were younger were about the kids, like you know, what the kids need for school, have we made the lunches, your practical stuff.
Loads of it, yeah. What we're having for dinner tonight, because you know, it's nearly dinner time for them. Kind of thing, and I think that's the thing, and that's how I knew I needed to get out of the relationship, because I couldn't fit any more practical stuff in. just saying date night, we sort of touched on it, but I know you still, we don't have a date night. We sort of started, because we lived in the States a few years, right? We sort of started over there because that's what we do, and have a date night, right? But then we discovered that because it's just us two, we can make a date night whenever we want to. So there's no, and like if somebody says to me, do you want to go out? I go, oh, I need to get dressed. So my ideal date night is just being, is just like you're cooking a nice meal and having it out and just, you know, that sort of thing. I'm so boring. Why is Mr. G? I think that's nice though, because that is very much, like, don't get me wrong, from time to time we'll be like, oh, shall we go out for supper? Like, shall we go and do something?
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, when you've been at work all day, you've been running around with the kids all week, you're absolutely knackered, you just want some quality time together. And that can literally be eating a takeaway pizza in front of something trashy on TV. I love it. As soon as I get in the house, bras off.
Yes.
Yeah, hairs up here. And then I just sit there and just veg. And I love it. And it's so good.
But do you agree that it's not laziness in a relationship that makes me want to do that? It's just like, because I love it. I love my fabulous thing. Eating good food that we've cooked and sitting curled up and watching Come Down With Me is my ideal date night.
Well, yeah.
Right?
It's whatever makes you guys happy.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't, like, it sounds awful, because we don't always have the children here, we don't need that kind of time away, which I think is where a lot of date night comes from for a lot of people, because it's a break from the norm where they don't get any time alone together, because there is always ankle biters, or whatever you want to call them. But, you know, and it'll be the same for you, because you don't have young children running around.
Yeah, so every night is date night with my husband.
Yeah.
This one, right? Can I before I go to this one, can I just say to everybody, please subscribe. We've got 15 subscribers.
Okay, so this one I'm going to come into my own on.
Oh, come on.
I'm probably going to make you feel sick. So, Josh and I are very open about the bathroom. We just don't care.
Because before you start this, right, I have this thing about bathroom. I told you this in a thing, but I seriously have a separate bathroom. In our bedroom, there's an ensuite. Mine. Gavin, there's a family bathroom. Gavin goes in there. This is going to sound off, I have a 2 poo door policy for me. I know. If I have a poo, I have to go.
Shut doors away from someone.
Yes, I do. For no other reason. It doesn't bother him. You know, if I smell up the place, for me, I think I can't do anything if people are hearing me.
I don't care. I mean, actually, like, we have full-on conversations about our bowel movements.
Oh, tell me. Go on.
Well, we just
not about bowel movements. I mean, about.
Well, no, just in the sense that, like, we've just got nothing to hide. So, like, I'll sit there and I'm like, oh, I think I might have to go. And he's like, well, just go. I'm like, it's not quite ready yet. He's like, oh, you're not turtling yet. And honestly, like, anyone else listening must think we're absolutely disgusting, but it is totally. You know, we wouldn't send a photo of it, or like, oh, come and look at this, or do it while they were in the room or something. Obviously not. But it's just the fact that there isn't that awful. It's not awkward. Like, when we first started seeing each other, Josh would come to my house and stay, and he has a routine where, like, every morning, like, before he goes to work, and every evening when he gets in from work, that's his time, and he has to
regular clockwork,
literally to the moment. But he he used to leave my house early, go to his mum's to go to the toilet before he went to work, and then come back via her house to go to the toilet because he just would not poo in my house.
Oh, nice.
My
You
mum
see,
just didn't care.
I respect that. I respect that. I do. I absolutely do.
I bought him a bottle of that VI poo. So I was like, don't worry. Like, if you make a smell, I don't care. I have kids. You know, I grew up in the country. I'm very aware of natural bodily function.
Yeah.
And you know, also I do it myself. And he was like, oh no, I can't. He's like, I don't want you hearing that. And I was like, it just
There you go. See, that's what it is. It doesn't matter. But I know where mine comes from. Mine comes from my mom, and I don't know why. Because she was this whole. I remember, you know, it's one thing that's something that sticks in your head that you never forget. And I can remember the shame, absolute shame. Honest to God, it was when I got 3 elder sisters, right? And one of them brought their boyfriend home, and I must have been this. It's Wendy's boyfriend, so she'll be watching. No, it wasn't. It was. Yes, it was Wendy's boyfriend. Sorry, and I broke wind. I must have been about 10. I broke wind, right? About 10 years old. And my mum, in front of everybody, said, "Don't do that in front of everybody. That's horrible." And the shame I had, I know, the absolute utter shame. I can still feel it now. It's awful, and I know that's where it's come from, and I now pass that on to my kids as well. It's awful, and it's not like I'm not open about pooing and we, you know, because you know I'm fairly open about stuff. But there's something about me doing it that.
Oh, see, I'm like, I wouldn't just do it in public, for example, like, you know, just, you know, sat in a client meeting or something, but at home, I don't really care. Like, we both do all the time, but it's funny because we're like, go on, yeah, like, get it out. And it's quite funny.
I can't do it. It's my mum's fault.
And I'll quite often waft it over as well with a cushion. Just
Nice. I love you more and more, the fact you're saying that. I love you more and more.
Yeah.
So other than weeing and pooing, what other bathroom habits? I mean, do you do things like shaving in front of him? Because I do. I mean, it's just a fact. Actually, can I just point out that I've given up shaving for the last year. Because as you get older, you get less hairs, you know, and my legs and stuff. And I quite enjoy it, you know, and I've even wearing the whole, you know, strapless things and, you know, and I'm thinking, you know, I quite like this natural thing. Yeah, so, but I used to
very
just...
dark, so that would not be okay for me. It's the Italian gene, it's so okay. I mean, yeah, it doesn't bother me if I'm in the shower or whatever. I mean, I can't honestly remember the last time I shaved my legs.
Yeah, we are in lockdown, so that makes a difference being in lockdown, yeah.
Well, it was before that. Yeah, and literally to the point where, and I'm like, oh God, my legs are so hairy. And he's just like, oh, it's all right. They're not as bad as mine. And you can't see his because he's ginger. Yeah, I mean, because I know we're going to talk about shaving in a little while, but yeah, I'm just, yeah, it's an open door. The one thing we don't do, like, you're allowed to go into the bathroom for a wee if the other person's in the bath or shower.
Oh,
you have 3 toilets to choose from, so I don't know why you'd need to. But
I don't know. Why would people do that?
I don't know, a wee's fine, but
no, it's not. No, wee's not fine. No, it's bad enough if I'm in the house by myself. The cats want to, you know, they're sort of like, do you know what? And Matthew, my son, hello Matt, and he's going to kill me for this. And Mr. G does this. Oh gosh, no. Do you know, I get in the neck when you go. You didn't talk about this, did you? No. For some reason, they leave the door open, so they get, you know, and the family bathroom's at the top of the stairs. It sounds like a mansion. I haven't, right? It's just like the bathroom's at the top of the stairs, right? And there's a few feet from the door to the toilet. What is it about men leaving doors open when they have a wee?
But we do that.
Oh.
If like Josh is very careful, obviously, if my girls are here, he will always make sure the door is shut and locked.
Oh yeah.
But if it's just us, or you know, I'm not bothered. Like my kids will usually see it as a sign that it's time to go and talk to mum when mum's on the toilet. Yeah, if mum's on the phone or on the toilet, that is the time to ask for a snack, to say you also need the toilet, to ask the most ridiculous questions. You know, can you get me a drink, please? I'm a little bit preoccupied. Although we have a downstairs toilet that's just inside the back door, and we were out in the back garden a few weeks ago when we had that heat wave. We were quite drunk. It was just the 2 of us here. We've been drinking in the sun all day. We both burnt to a crisp. And I was like, oh my God, I really need the toilet. Ran inside, left the door wide open because that's what we do. And Josh came in, he's like, I really need a wee. He weed in the sink.
Oh, yeah. And I'm guessing that's something you wouldn't have done before you were together.
I don't think so. I was just like, what are you doing? I have to wash my hands in there.
Get your bleach out.
I did, literally. I was like, right, go wash your hands in the kitchen and I'm going to bleach this sink. And he's like, oh, I'm saving water. I'm like, ew.
It's passed through.
Yeah, so next.
What's it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, bathing. Eating?
Huh? Eating.
Oh, you're out. What I was expecting. Okay.
Eating. Okay. This is what I mean by eating, right? Pre-getting together comfortableness, right? So beginning of relationship, end of relationship. Again, I don't know what it was. With Gavin, I don't care. I just, right, like a big heifer, right? But again, I can remember this one relationship, actually it was the same bloke. There was obviously something going on with that bloke. Anyway, and I can remember going out to this restaurant, and it wasn't even a restaurant. It was like a Toby Inn, but we were younger, you know what I mean? It felt like, you know, he paid, so it was obviously a date. And I can remember ordering like a soup, and it was just ridiculous how much I didn't eat, you know? And I didn't even pinch his chips. Didn't even pinch his chips.
Nah.
Exactly. Now, bring it on. I inhale it. I inhale food. We go out and I have 3 or 4 starters because I like picky things. So I'll have 3 or 4 starters instead of a main. I'll have a starter and 3 or 4 starters. You know what I mean? Just bring it on. Yeah. So there's
I remember once going on a date, like a first date with someone, and we went, and I remember being really, because he was like, I'm paying. And I usually like to go Dutch. So I was a bit like, oh, okay then. But then I felt bad, even though I knew he could definitely afford it because he was minted. But it was like, to me, it was the principle of the thing. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to take the mick. And so he had this like huge, great big steak and it looked incredible. And I was like, I literally looked for the cheapest thing on the menu and I had a burger. It was a very nice burger, don't get me wrong. But then for the first time in my life, I sat and ate this burger with a knife and fork.
Yes.
Like I said, this time round with Josh, crush. He picked me up from hospital and I'd been eating crappy hospital food for a week. And he's like, would you like a McDonald's? And I was like, oh my God, yes. And literally, the McDonald's is, because he was living at his mum's house at the time, it's all of about 90 seconds away. And I was inhaling, like literally like chips in my mouth on the way back to his mum's house. I've never met her before. I went in and went to the house and I was like, yep, can't talk, eating, like eating burgers. I was like, Oromorph and stuff still, and she plied me with wine, so I was absolutely off my rocker.
Oh, good for her.
Oh, she's amazing. I love that woman. Eating burgers, drinking wine, and sat there in a pair of pajamas with my hair unbrushed for about a week. That was the first meeting of Josh's mum.
But it's real, isn't it? That guy with the burger, speaking about McDonald's, you're not going to believe this. I remember we went to a drive-in McDonald's, right? And we drove through, parked, because it was before like proper, parked, got the burgers, came out, sat in the car and ate them, right? Burgers. I ate half a Big Mac. And I went, oh, I can't possibly eat that. What the fuck? Come on. I mean,
I eat too.
I know, exactly, especially now because it's smaller. But I can remember that to this day, I remember going, oh, I couldn't possibly eat that too. And thinking, what the hell? Oh, yeah, it's just not real, is it? It's just, yeah.
And also, how to waste a Big Mac is the food of the gods.
Oh, no, he ate it. He ate it.
Oh, you just sat there like, giving him shit.
Oh, God. And also, can I just say they're getting really, really smaller, you know?
They are, definitely.
Yeah, they're tiny. I'm going to go on to others now. Here's another one. I think we sort of touched on this, but...
Sexy underwear.
Yeah, I mean, do you know anybody who's in a relationship that's, and I'm talking, because we all lie, right, about stuff like this. Well, I try not to, but, you know, I have in the past, you know, oh, yes, I've got all these matching sets. Because, do you know what? There's never, my grandmother or my mother used to say that her mother used to say, always wear clean underwear, if nothing else, clean underwear that match in case you get run over by a boss.
Yes. And do you know what? Like, I like to wear matching colours as much as I can. But I'm not bothered about it necessarily being a set.
What you got on?
It's not attainable.
Natural colour, and I think I've got grey pants on. So not.
I'm in natural today. Oh, natural. But yeah, I like I say, I do have matching sets, and sometimes if I'm making an effort,
Yeah.
once in that blue moon when pigs fly, I will wear them. I mean, at the moment, I don't fit anything. I have about 8 boobs every time I put a bit of underwear on. But I think, and you'll probably be privy to this as well. When you are larger chested, underwear is bloody expensive.
Oh, isn't it?
But it becomes like you will just buy whatever is good quality and cheap because I can't afford to pay £40 for a bra. Like, I've got a couple that were that much, but literally a couple. The rest are, they're like supermarket.
Morrison's. And do you keep the posh ones for special occasions? I don't know what a special occasion is, but do you keep the posh ones? Because I've got posh ones that I say I keep for special occasions, but I never end up wearing them because what's a special occasion?
I've got some really nice, pretty ones that are like lace, and they're not. I like to wear t-shirt bras because when you get cold, no one can tell.
Yeah.
And because
we both wear.
I seem to be very reactive to temperature, is all I'm going to say. And it's quite noticeable. So, yeah, I wear a t-shirt bra, it's less obvious. And they've got these beautiful lacy ones. And Josh was like, oh my God, they are gorgeous. They're so nice. I've got one in this like sky blue. And it is stunning. But I can't wear them for more than like half an hour because the lace itches my nipples. It's so itchy. And I'm like, oh, this has got to come off. I just totally delete the object.
Do this.
No, not even that. I'm literally just like, like scratching constantly. But I've started, because nothing else fits, I've been wearing sports bras a lot during lockdown, or no bra at all.
Yeah. But
again, because I am larger chested, I can't really get away with going out with no bra on because it is hella obvious.
when before relationships, did you used to do the whole dress you up in lingerie there? Because that's when I mean, I'm serious with the proper stuff, with I think they have, the stockings with suspenders.
Oh yeah, I own it all. I couldn't fitted it to save my life now, but like years ago, I had a basque and like lots of lovely things, and it's just effort. Like, to be fair, by the time I've got the kids sorted into bed, and we all go to bed at about 9:30 normally. We both like get a quick shower and go to bed. I ain't gonna be putting more clothes on at that point. Like, literally, you walk out of the ensuite door and my side of the bed is there. So I'm very much like, towel up, night, babe.
So maybe weekends away or something. But even staying over, when I first relationship, I can remember staying over at people's houses and wearing the whole thing in bed, because it's just so lovely, and waking up in the morning and making sure my breath didn't, that sort of thing.
It all.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Just in case, whatever. Just now, it's like doesn't even match when I go to bed. Now it's a onesie in winter time,
Oh, so we sleep naked. Neither of us likes wearing pajamas. So I have pajamas I wear like in the evening, but then I take them off at bedtime. I just feel hemmed in. I don't like it. But no, but she's awkward when I go stay at people's houses because then I have to sleep in pajamas and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I sleep in my bra. Always have done.
Oh no.
Yeah, have. No, let's not give it. Change the subject. Day contact. Yeah. Now, what I mean by this is talking to each other in the house, but not. No, actually, hold on. I'm going to rephrase that. Not really that sort of thing. When you're at work and you used to send text messages and all this sort of thing, or you're on the phone or that sort of thing. Now for me, it used to be like, oh, I love you, when are you coming home, blah, blah, blah. Oh gosh, can't wait to tease on, what would you like to eat? Now it's like, bring chips, that's the thing, or kids need this, on your way home, pick up chocolate. That's the sort of thing,
I like that.
Oh,
like, you'll have the practical messages, obviously, but yeah, no, there'll always be kisses, and
always kisses.
Like, yeah, I mean, at least 5 times a day while he's at work, Josh will tell me that he loves me, which I'm like, oh, I love you too, you're so cute, and it's nice. Do you know what? He rang me at lunchtime today because he was like, I actually stopped today for lunch. I'm just sat in my van and I'm by myself, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna ring my babe. And I was just like, oh, I'm really busy. Let's keep this brief.
Changed how has the changed since just beginning to now? Think about other relationships as well, because you're still loved up in your relationship. I mean, you're not married next year.
Previously, it's very much died off, but it's died off quite quickly as well. Whereas, like now, in fact, actually, probably Josh is more lovey-dovey now than he was when we first got together. And it is lovely because it's not like really over the top and uncomfortable. It's not like he's all over me in front of other people, because I would hate that. It's
I love a bit of that. I love a bit of it. Oh no. I get cross when he doesn't hold my hand. Mr. G doesn't hold my hand. I get really, I sort of like go, excuse me. I love it.
I like a bit hand holding. But like, you know, those couples that are just literally like sucking face in public.
Oh no.
Nobody needs to see that. Because like, even sometimes I feel a bit funny sometimes in front of the girls if Josh is getting a bit too like lovey. So I'm like, they don't really need to see that. Like, you know, having to deal with stuff like that when I was younger, and I was just like, oh, gross. Like, what? Just no. And I don't want them to feel uncomfortable in their own house.
No, that's a really good point. That's a good point. By the way, if anybody subscribe, guys. If I keep saying it in the hope that somebody else will, and if anybody can add to these things, just in the comments below. Yeah, I'd love to know some. Okay, I'm bringing this in because I know your answer to this one.
I swear.
All right. Go on. I just know. Has it changed since? And not just with this relationship, because I know what you're going to say about the lovely Josh. Other relationships, the difference between them and
historically, it has always been me. It has never been a team effort.
Pre long term as well. Oh right, okay.
Always been me, and to the point where in my marriage, it was literally, I got home from a show. I'd been away for a week in Germany, and was like, oh, you're back. I'm just off out to darts. Can you just make sure you clean the kitchen and do this and do that? And I was just like, nice to see you too. Whereas with Josh, he's always helped from the beginning, and he still does it now, to the point where, and I know we've spoken about this, when he was
so jealous.
He literally scrubbed our house from top to bottom. He was amazing, but he's like that all the time. If he sees something that needs doing, he'll do it, or he'll say to me, I've noticed that needs doing, so I'll do it at the weekend, and he'll do it. And it's just like, and I feel bad sometimes, so I'm like, oh, could you just hoover the stairs, because I can't do it. It hurts too much. It hurts my back too much. So I'll hoover everything else. I'm like, oh, can you just do the stairs? And oh my God, when he does it, the carpet looks brand new. I'm just like, oh my God, like, is it wrong to get turned on by how those stairs look?
No, because I did the same. Mr. G's like that. He's very much, I mean, he's DIY and do stuff. So on a Saturday, he's going to listen to this and know my trick now. On a Saturday morning, right? Because during the week I'll just do the washing up and, you know, that sort of thing. Because, you know, working from home doesn't mean you're not working. Maybe just that. But on a Saturday, I'll sort of stay in bed a bit longer in the hope that he will really clean the kitchen up, you know. And I come down and I go, oh wow, you've done so. And in my head I'm thinking, yes, because
it worked.
Fabulous. I love him for that. But yeah, like you, our housework hasn't changed that much. And also when I sold the cafe, because I was cleaning everything there, I came back, you know, used to come back to the house and used to just do it all. So now it should be mostly me, but it is mostly him. Yeah, so this the last one I want to TV have pre getting together long-term relationships and in marriage and long-term relationships, has that changed? Do you sort of like, because I know you and I are both Come Down With Me fans, right? And I love have you watched the couples ones now?
Love it.
Oh God,
the gay couples always make me laugh so hard.
The couples one. Anyway, so Gavin and I always watch things together, but and he likes a football. He does like a football, right? And pre our getting together, I used to just sort of like watch it and, you know, oh yeah, if you want to watch it. And I haven't changed that much now. I still hang around, but I'll normally have a book or something, so I'm not really engaged in it, you know. But I know lots of people have a change of things, you know, where they'll change steal the remote control and all that sort of thing. And I just wondered I know.
I'm probably the same. So previously, feigned interest in golf, cricket.
God.
Yeah. That game lasts a long time.
No.
Whereas, again, with Josh, it's very much like, you want to watch that, I'm not interested. I'm going to sit and read my book, or I'm going to go do something.
Yeah.
Or he'll wait till I'm not around to watch it. He loves, like we've spoken about before, he is obsessed with World War II and planes and everything else. And Netflix has a wealth of like amazing documentaries and stuff, and I can sit and watch a little bit of them. I did A-level history, and I think it's really important that we understand what happened and how it shaped our lives and the world and everything. But that man can sit and watch a full day, not move, watch documentary after documentary after documentary, and I can't do that. So he'll wait for, again, prior to lockdown, when I would go out or go and see a friend for a couple of hours, he'd sit there and watch something.
That's a nice thing. That's a nice compromise, isn't it?
Oh, massively, yeah. And I think it makes a big difference because we haven't got that, oh God, I've got to watch this because of you. So there's the odd thing, like the other week coincided with his birthday weekend, so I had to be nice. They replayed the famous World Cup game where England won.
Yes, they did.
Oh, God. And I was just sat there like, And he's like, oh, do you mind watching this? Do you want me to turn it off? And I was like, I really want you to turn it off, but I can't say that. No, it's fine. So I just kept like going into the kitchen and sorting out dinner and whatever. But
we've got a living room in a kitchen with a sitting area, right? It was the television in both, and Mr. G will record his sports stuff on one, and when I've had enough, I'll go in the other room and watch all my RuPaul stuff on the other.
Oh God.
So that's how we sort of do it now. But I mean, I hear these people who argue over the remote controls now, and and all of that sort of stuff, and it's just really, I just don't understand how the compromise can't be achieved with all of that. So it's interesting that the difference between, that's it, as we only got number 9. I didn't get number 10. I just find it really funny how, for myself, in some relationships, not all of them, just like that guy with the burger in the museum, how it just wasn't real, and I don't understand how that happens, because eventually you've got to be real, haven't you? You've got to.
I think this is a lot about the future of the relationship. If you can't be yourself at the beginning, and you're always going to be a bit more guarded because you don't know someone and you do want to give the right impression. But equally, if you can't be who you really are, it doesn't really bode very well for how that relationship.
What are you saying? To be who I really am, I need to poo?
No, because that is just you, isn't it?
Open door. Is that what you're saying?
I don't poo with the door open. That's shut. It's just a withering mind. We have I'm going to end on this funny example because you'll love it. Our toilet roll is kept in what is the old airing cupboard, which is in one of our daughter's rooms. And we've got 3 bathrooms, we've got 4 children, toilet roll goes quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a nightmare for us when everyone was stockpiling, because we genuinely needed to buy some and there was none to be found. Sometimes I'm sat there minding my own business. I'm just about to get in the shower in the morning, or I'm just watching Come Down With Me because Josh just got in from work, and I'll get a text that says, babe, need nutty roll.
Yes, he's in the bathroom.
He's on the toilet. He's wiped, but there is no equipment. So I have to go and get some, and literally like lean in the door and like hoy it over.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh, that is. Thank you for that. I love that. I'm going to remember that now. What are we doing next time?
So next time we are talking. It's going to be an interesting one. This actually, especially for you with your prior job experience. Infidelity. Is it wrong? Is it right? Why does it happen? How does it happen? I've got some very strong views, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's next week. Can I just go subscribe?
Please, because then she'll stop saying it. Right.
Okay, see you next time.
We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Sweet and peachy.